Welcome to Let's Fly VFR. My name's Gunny, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk airspace. Around ASC, or Adelaide Soaring Club, where we centre our flying activities at the moment, there's quite a lot of flying airspace. We have the Edinburgh Air Force Base not too far from us, and that controls where and when we can fly. You can see by this small map, gives you a general overview of the local airspace and what we have to contend with. The lines show you the boundaries and the numbers relate to different airspaces. This is the local map. This is a real map. This is part of what we'll be using for some of our flights around the local area. The rings that you see radiate out from Adelaide International Airport, and they dictate lower levels and the upper levels of that particular airspace. So as a port pilot, we can fly underneath that. So just starting up, it's sunset here at ASC. So we're going to take a quick lap around the airport and just familiarise ourselves with some parts of the airport and the airspace that we need to know. Airspace is actually quite close to us here at this airport. And there's a number of levels above us as well. It's a bit more like a pie, or a cake if you like. It has varying shapes, and has vertical bands as you climb up through it. So it's important to know what's available and what's not, and we can do this through Air Services Australia. There you can check each individual airspace quite simply. There's a diagram and it shows either red, green, to whether you can use it or not. It's quite complicated because Adelaide Soaring Club, with the Air Force Base nearby, sometimes can close the middle band. There's actually 3 bands above us. If they close the bottom band but leave the 2 upper ones available, then we still can't fly. Sometimes they'll close the upper bands but leave the lower ones, so we can fly up to 1500 feet quite comfortably. So you just have to be aware of that when we're even programming or planning a flight. Let's head out onto the runway and we'll go for a quick lap. So taxiing down, the hangar on the right is our sailplane or glider hangar. We have some visiting aircraft there on the right, and all our local owners have their own hangars here on the airbase as well. Certainly quite convenient if you're able to own your own aircraft. And surprisingly, sports light aircraft you can build yourself, and you can probably do it for $10,000 or maybe a little less. Certainly up to $20,000 you can build a very nice aircraft for 1 or 2 seats. You can't have 4 as a sports pilot, which is what I am. It's simply a pilot and 1 passenger at max. And the aircraft don't weigh more than 600 kg. If you happen to have one with floats, and you can do that, they also are allowed, and they are allowed a little bit extra for those floats. Now let's run up to the entry to the runway. But it's runway 23 going left and 05 going right, 05 being 50 degrees. So we're just going to turn out today. X-Plane 11 at this time of night, it has just an awe of realism that I've not experienced in other flight simulators. I think it's really amazing. So here we go. We have a takeoff strip that we can use if I can stay on it, but on this occasion we've moved off it a little bit. We accelerate down to 60 knots. Once we get to 60, we'll raise the nose and then we'll climb up to 500 feet. That's 500 feet above ground level. So that will be nearly 700 feet indicated, because Adelaide Soaring Club is 175 feet above sea level. Hopefully that's not confusing for you. So if you want to be 500 feet, we have to add our height above sea level as well. So let's turn to the right. Now I did do a little stall here just to show you what it's like. So don't stress when you hear the stall warning go off and the power come off. I actually wanted just to get the sound for one of the soundtracks. Turn was a little bit steep. Try and keep them shallow. When you're going slow and you increase the level of turn, increase the stall speed. So you can stall at a higher speed, so you've got to be very careful. Be as gentle as possible when you're around the circuit. There's the stall warning I was just mentioning. And we've got to roll left. That's not something that will happen as a standard in a circuit. So we just gently add power, level it up using the rudder to level, and then climb back to altitude. And then now we're going to complete our turn onto the downwind. In future flights I'll be running with face track no IR as well, so I'll be able to look around a little bit more. This is a bit static. I just noticed go under the aircraft there as we were turning a set of glass houses. It's pretty close to the limit of our airspace on the downwind. You don't want to go too much further out from where they are. Otherwise you'll have an F-18 chasing you. Not really. So there's the end of runway 13. If we're just outside that and we're over or just inside the glass houses, then we're remaining within our airspace level. Circuit height is 1,000 feet, so for ASC it's 1,175. As I mentioned before, you've got to add that 175 feet to maintain the correct level. We're looking to make sure that the runway that we're going to land on is about halfway up the strut, even though we're far enough away for our circuit. Now as you're looking north out there, that's our training area. We'll be flying out that way. On most occasions departing out there and then either turning right and heading over the hills and going out towards the Murray River, or we might travel further north and then left and go to Jamestown from here. Clear valleys out there as well. And over to the right we have the Barossa Valley, which you'll see it runs along the base of the hills essentially as we turn now onto our base lead. Just check right, see where we are. Ready to turn, gentle turn to the right this time. Try and maintain about 500 feet per minute as you climb. And when you get to altitude, you maintain altitude, and when you're in your circle, you try and lose 500 feet when you turn on your upwind, and then lose the last 500 feet coming down to the runway. We're looking for 75 knots, and about the 500 foot descent rate is ideal. You just see the beginning of the runway there on the right. It is a little bit harder than this. We'll normally be flying in better conditions, but we'll be flying in all conditions as well. I'll always be loading the real weather for the aircraft on that particular time as I do the flight, and we'll make it as realistic as possible. That's what Fly VFR is all about. Let's Fly VFR is intended to be as realistic as we can possibly make it using a simulator. In the process, hopefully I can enlighten you on some of the knowledge that I've gained, and if you have any questions regarding flying aircraft and the different licenses, I'm doing another video very soon on the different types of licenses that you can attain, because there are many. You can have an ultralight license, you can have a light sport license, and you can have a full GA license, and they all are much different. But the experience is the same. You can still fly, and that's the amazing thing. We're heading down towards the runway now. You can see it just in the distance as we're coming down. Trying to maintain our alignment as we come back to make our approach. So as we do circuits in ASC, we do a right circuit if we are travelling in this direction, which is runway 23, and if we happen to be taking off in another direction, we turn it left. So whenever we do circuits on any of the runways, we don't overfly the town. We try and keep away from the township all the time. So here we go, coming in. And power off. One stage of flat would be ideal. Nose coming up, looking to the far end of the runway. And looking for a touchdown. Brakes on. Actually landed very long today, so next time we'll make sure that's a little better. Okay, so we're applying brakes. So look, thank you for watching the video. It's a short one. Doing a number of short videos just to get started on the channel. Get some experience on making the videos and the sound. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave me comments. Let me know if there's anything you would like to see. And thank you very much for visiting my channel. And I'll catch you again very soon on Let's Fly VFR. Thanks for your time.